We are officially in the Matt Fraction era of Batman. And we've all had a lot of questions. We've all had a lot to say about how this era would kick off, how it would feel to finally have a new number one of Batman. I'm sure we're all going to have a lot of thoughts on that and all the other books this week on Pals Pulls. Here to talk about this week's titles, we of course have Marco.
Celsius.
Tyler.
No, that doesn't feel right. That felt like cosplaying.
That's all right.
Yeah.
And I'm Sean. Thank you guys for being here, whether you are live or in the future. I want to say thank you to the Order of Dylan, who became a Comics Pal sidekick, and to Woody, who became a VI pal. Thank you guys for that. Really appreciate it.
Cool. Thank you.
Super chats are open. Make sure you hit the like button. John B. No, Hush did not end. We are in a weird space where there are technically 2 volumes of Batman being published at once, which is very bizarre.
And DC is very much like, shh, it's okay. Let it happen.
How does that look on the stand, Sean?
I don't think it matters, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I think people who get it. I think it's okay.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think it's a good thing. I shouldn't say that. I just think it's okay.
People will figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Goku with $20 right off the bat.
Hot damn.
Kicking this off early. Thank you, pals, for the stream today. Thank you so much, Goku.
Take my life force.
Giving us that senzu bean.
Nice.
That's beautiful, man. Lending us your energy. Thank you. We have 6.
Count them.
Wow.
I felt the pause there.
Yeah, same.
Wow.
It's okay. I miss him too, Sean. I miss him too.
Yeah. Well, we've got Batman #1. We've got Adventures of Superman, Book of L #1.
Not gonna get that one.
Absolute Superman #11. Absolute Green Lantern #6. Amazing Spider-Man 975. And Spider-Man 94 #1.
Oh, you got a variant?
No,
no, this is covered.
Oh, wait, that's right. I got the variant.
What'd you get?
I got.
Okay.
Yeah,
you got the variant, dude.
Yeah, it was so funny.
Yourself.
I was like, oh look, yours is different. I picked up the wrong one. I did the, I don't want the one that's in front because somebody's probably manhandled it, and I saw a little smudge. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go behind.
Which shop did you go to? If you are you okay with saying that?
Yeah, Forbidden Planet. Nobody knows what day I go, so.
That's true. You got two options.
Camp.
All right, let's dive in. Let's talk about what's on the marquee. Let's get right into Batman #1. Matt Fraction, Jorge Jimenez, Tamumore. You guys know who does these books. Clayton Cowles. It's basically the entire creative team from the last era of Batman, minus Chip Zdarsky plus Matt Fraction. I will share a quick story. Matt Fraction was on the Word Balloon podcast yesterday, and it was an excellent appearance. And he talked about how Batman wasn't on his radar at all. He was working in television, and Chip knew his time was coming to an end, and he wanted to leave. So he didn't want to leave DC in the lurch. So he reached out to Matt Fraction and said, "Hey, dude, I'm leaving Batman. Do you want to jump on Batman?" And Matt Fraction was kind of like, yeah, actually, I do.
You can just do that?
Apparently.
Hey, Matt. If you need someone to follow up.
Yeah. Also, go read some comics with Professor Jenna. Did an interview with him. That's the one I listened to.
Oh, cool. I didn't get to see that one.
It's good.
Matt Fisher with the 616. Hey, that's my birthday. I need to start by saying hello to the Comics Pals. Now that I've done that, I told you. I am vindicated. ASM, gotta go.
We'll get to that.
There is definitely vindication abound today. You are absolutely right. You are not the only one, my friend. Entertain me with the 2 spot. This is all I could do. This is all I could give now. I'm broke till 1 a.m. Entertain me, bro. You know you don't owe us $1 or a cent, but we appreciate it all the same. Thank you, man. Super chats are wide open if you guys feel like contributing to the cause. But either way, let's talk about Batman. So this is a very fresh iteration of Batman that, yes, has connective tissue to what Chip was doing. We still have Vandal Savage as the commissioner. We still have Gordon as a beat cop. But there are new allies as well. You know, a new look Batman. We've all seen and talked about the new costume, which I don't think I'm speaking out of turn when I say looks fantastic. Alfred is back. The hows and whys, we don't quite know yet. And when I say back, I don't mean revived. But this story is a one and done that is largely focused on Killer Croc shedding his skin, whether people can really change. I think there's something in there about the nature of comic books. I'll let others speak first, but I do want to say I really love this. I thought this was a fantastic issue, and I have a lot to say about it.
It's easily my pick of the week.
Oh.
I have not been happy reading a Batman comic in a long time. There are choices in this book that was just like, fuck yeah. This is what I need right now. I don't want to be, you know, like a Hope Core guy or whatever, but there's some good parts in this that I feel like it is actual change for Batman. That I wasn't expecting from this. I know Fraction talked about each issue of his run. He plans on being having a one and done story in it. And I like how this is just a story about, you know, Batman, the same old shit happening. It's, you know, Killer Croc escapes and he's running loose. Batman has done this, has been to this rodeo before, you know, and he questions it. But then there's somebody there, this doctor, who's there to kind of be like, no, people can change. Batman says, no, they can't. But then he lets his guard down and he realizes, like, Croc is changing in a way. He's shedding. He's not this mindless creature anymore. And it was kind of like a warm story, you know, like in the same vein that, you know, people were viewing, you know, the Superman movie. And I wasn't expecting this at all. And I liked what we got. I mean, just look at this image that I have here and the way this book starts. This is the Batman #1 that starts in daylight.
Yes.
That's the way the book, like, it's Jim Gordon just having a coffee in the heat. And the first shot of Batman you see is him stepping into the light, not the dark. And I think that's a distinct choice for the theme of what this book is going forward. And I was so into that. Jimenez, how is he doing better work here than on Chips?
Yeah.
I don't know
Amazing.
how you could just, like, I thought he was really good on Chip's book. And then he upped it even further? That's possible? Insane. I loved it. I'll let you guys talk, but I'd love this issue so much.
I want to piggyback off that art piece because the that transition page, the big splash,
Yep.
you know, title, we go from the warmer tones to the cool tones. That to me felt like a metaphorical sunsetting. You know, this is very much a different a different Batman. This is going to be a different story. I feel like Fraction was speaking to us in a lot of these moments. So I'm glad that you called that out, that you know, stepping into the sun. I didn't catch that, but that makes so much sense thematically. And it's change, right? Where we are transitioning. So I loved that. The way that everybody continues to feel dynamic. Jimenez is just a strong understanding of the energy that you need, but also once we get to those tender moments with Croc, you feel sympathy. You feel, I almost, there was a level of like pity. I haven't followed the Poison Ivy stuff, but I know that, you know, some of that has kind of happened in the background over there with his character. But I felt sad for the character, but it ends with a hopeful message, and I think that that's something distinct that Fraction's trying to do here with the character. It feels like he's trying to transition Batman out of that, and that's been happening over the course of uh, DC at large. So I really appreciate this change in tone for the character.
I love everything you guys said so far. I want to talk about Matt Fraction because we really haven't seen much Matt Fraction in the superhero space, really in the comic space, outside of a few things here or there. He said this is literally the 13th comic he's written for DC. And what really strikes me so much about this issue from a writing standpoint is how confident Matt Fraction comes across. It doesn't feel like he has something to prove. He's not giving us a crazy big bombastic in your face first issue. It does exactly what it needs to do. It feels like he's unafraid of receiving criticism for the fact that it doesn't kick off some big mystery or anything like that. Like it's just doing the table setting that needs to be done, introducing us to some new players, and just kind of being interesting. I like the fact that he poses a question that we haven't seen asked overwhelmingly in Batman comics, which is, can people change? There's nothing new under the sun. I'm sure other runs have tackled that question, but I like the way it's approached here. And I love the fact that he saw Killer Croc as a vehicle to tell that story.
Mm.
And the entire book is working in tandem to tell the story. If you haven't read Batman in a while, there are a lot of things that will feel new to you here. The look of Gotham, the feel of Gotham, Vandal Savage's position, Gordon's position, things are changing, and I love that about this. It's Alfred's here, but he's not the way you will remember him if you haven't read Batman in a while. What's going on with that? We've got these cops obscuring their faces. What's going on with that? There's so much packed in here.
You even have those bits with when Batman is on the hunt for Killer Croc, and then he finds the butterfly that is, coming out of the zoo. And like that alone, that's a symbol for transformation. That's what this book is. And it feels in a way that Batman's transforming here, because there's a big change that Batman makes here. Throughout the book, we have the AI Alfred, which we assume is like an AI Alfred, right? It's like a hologram almost. I don't. It could be like in his head.
Fraction said it's not AI.
It's not AI. It's a hologram.
He said it's nothing technological, that he wrote Iron Man for a long time and he has nothing left to say about those subjects.
Except he introduces 50 gadgets in this. Okay, Fraction.
He did say he's a lover of the gadget side, but not the tech leaning gadgets. So.
Sure.
So we'll see Shark Repellent by issue 5. Got it. Yeah, but so the book starts with that. Batman needs someone to talk to. That's essentially what's happening. And then he allows himself to be vulnerable here. He realizes what Croc is going through, takes his cowl off, reveals himself to Croc essentially, and just talks to them. And I think that is a response to the beginning of the book, where he needs someone to talk to. There is a missing of Alfred here. There's a missing of somebody. And he's realizing that maybe he does need to change and actually be more vulnerable, even with his villains in a way. And I thought that was a very interesting take. The colors of the book, I think, also lend to that change. Like, think about Jimenez's art on Chip's run. And somebody mentioned here that Chip asked him to go a little darker, which he does. But there's a lot of like dark browns. It's more realistic. This is poppier. There's a lot of pinks. There's a lot of bisexual lighting in this damn book. But it's colorful. It feels modern. And it feels different for a Batman book. That it's leaning into the different, the blue bat symbol, which is different for Batman. This is like an actual like royal blue bat logo, and then the color palette is taking that with it throughout the whole book. Yeah, I didn't realize how much of a change this would feel like, even from the previews. But once we get to the content of it, I'm like, oh, this is wildly different, and I'm ready for it.
I love everything you just said there. I changed my mind. This is the pick of the week.
Cool.
That note of taking off the mask and needing to speak to somebody, I think hits such an emotional core. I'd had that page open as you were saying that, and it makes so much sense. Yeah, the Fraction is hitting on he is trying to dissect the character in his own way, and it's from a level of empathy, and I really really like that. You guys are familiar with his writing. I'm not. I didn't join comics or hop on the comics bandwagon at the time. He was out already. He was doing his Image stuff. So this is the first time that I'm experiencing, to some degree, superhero comics done this way, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
I really recommend his Hawkeye, Marco. I think you'd love it.
Yeah. David Aja, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
This dialogue, man, just when Killer Croc and Batman are about to square off and Alfred says, some creatures do in fact change. What if some eternal cycle has begun within him? And again, even if only for this moment, He's become something like a child alone in a violent, terrible world he cannot understand, drowning in fear. If it's as you say, and no one really changes, Master Bruce, then surely you know how that feels.
Yeah.
I love that so much because that's what this entire issue is about. Bruce hasn't changed. He looks and this was something that it made me think about Batman as a character, and I haven't evaluated Batman as a character in so long.
Yeah.
But I'm like, wait, yeah, actually, Batman's not that sympathetic to his villains.
Hmm.
He kind of approaches them with a level of callousness that you wouldn't necessarily expect, considering how many of them are freak accidents. But he's kind of an asshole about it. And so the fact that now he's being confronted by that and saying, well, if this is how you condemn your villains, what is the point of you? If you think that nothing changes, what is the point of you?
If you're not also changing, then nothing's going to change. You have to be kind of part of that solution.
He becomes the odd man out. He be like, it's just think if what is it? He sees himself become the villain kind thing. So wow.
Yeah, yeah, incredible. Okay, we all acknowledge that Batman Dark Patterns is great, and we acknowledge Absolute Batman is great. When was the last time that mainline Batman felt this good? It's only one issue, so I get it, but felt this good? Was this thought provoking and interesting?
I couldn't tell you since we've been doing the show.
Maybe beginning of Tom King's run, maybe, for me. It felt different. It was a Batman trying to be more vulnerable and deciding, like, I need to find an end to my story. I don't think it gets there towards the end of Tom King's run, but yeah, I think this is the most wildly different it's felt.
I'm gonna spoil things a little bit. There were multiple books this week that I was enraptured by in a way where they could be pick of the week.
Mm.
But this is it.
Yeah.
It just is. It's just that good.
I read it last, actually, out of all my books.
Same.
Saved the dessert for last, and I was like, oh, there's no question. I want issue 2 now. In fact, I read this issue and I'm like, oh, I'm nervous. What if he's not on this book that long?
No, he's got to. He's got to be in for the long haul.
So we talked about that. We had that conversation, and last night he talked about this on Word Balloon, and he said that he's already written the first 8 issues, I think he said,
Oh, wow.
and that he's outlined it for some time. He referenced Tom King wanted to do 100 issues multiple times. It didn't sound like that's what he's trying to do,
Okay.
but it sounded like he wants to be on the book as long as DC's happy with the product.
For a meaningful way.
So
Sure.
he's not having a stint. He's going to have a run.
Yeah, and we all thought it was a stint. I was
Me too.
definitely thinking it was going to be a stint, and I'm happy to hear that that's not the case. And I'm also happy that the Matt Fraction that we grew up loving, so to speak, is not only still here, but arguably better than ever.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about this. I was genuine. Like, I was going into this, we know in Pal's previews, pretty much expecting this to be good. I didn't expect this to be this, though. And I think that's what was so surprising and so good about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I loved the little coming soon or the little
Oh,
teaser. So fun, man. So much fun to see him kind of beat up. He's just come back from a mission and you get little glimpses. I feel like I rarely see this. And this speaks to the fact that he has this stuff planned out. He knows where he's going and he's going to tell something that's going to be that much more connective.
that reminded me of whenever it was Grant and I think Frank Quietly on Batman and Robin, and they had some
Yes.
teasers like that.
Yeah.
That is just so cool and exciting. I love the new foes panel there. That they look pretty interesting. I'm excited to see what that's about. Before we
did
close
I not
this,
get to this page?
right here.
Oh, I closed my digital copy after I saw Robin. Okay.
Mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That the only thing I didn't like about this issue was that last page with Robin. Like, I just thought it was a little weird.
I think it's there to queue up the next issue. I feel like that's the narrative device he's going to have.
Yeah.
Here he's already, kind of teeing up a story about policing. That the
Yeah.
Tuco division in this. I think the next issue will probably tackle that. You know, Robin's like, "Do we have any friends in the force still?" Doesn't look like it. Besides Gordon.
Well,
He did. Go ahead.
sorry. Well, yeah, Gordon, right? Like that's
Sure.
gonna be
Officer.
the way. Right. I love that. But I did like the dynamic of like, well, we know that you were commissioner, and we have this respect for you, right? So he's
Yeah.
gonna have some pull, but he's not gonna be able to get in front of things the same way.
Oh, Cole says it wasn't in the digital copy. Okay. Well,
That's dumb.
fuck me
Why
then.
would
Oh,
it not be in the digital?
that sucks.
That's not cool. There's no reason for that.
Tyler eat shit.
Just pull out a fucking Beavis impression on me? Goddamn.
Matt Fraction talked about how Tim Drake will be a big part of this run, but he also addressed one of my biggest concerns, which was because he was asked like, what role will the Bat family play in this? And he sort of said like, not much of one. This is
Okay.
it. The main characters in this book, the main two, are Bruce Wayne and Batman. And that's exactly what I wanted to hear because I feel like the last run was so focused on everybody and them just being there that it lost focus on Batman towards the middle and end points.
And I feel like we never got Bruce Wayne.
No.
This
Not that.
I bet you Fraction is a Bruce Wayne issue.
Oh, so good, man. Ah, I love it.
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
It's so funny because having edited a couple of episodes or videos that we've done on the channel, which we got a lot on there now. We did one about how to fix Batman. I think a lot of this was addressed.
Right away, yeah.
Yeah.
There's nobody who can read this issue, at least to me, and tell me that Alfred's presence there, even though he's clearly not real, didn't enhance this book. Notice something about this book. Notice it. There is no inner monologue for Batman. None. Matt Fraction was very specific. His Batman is a man of action, not a man of thinking. And so to find out what he's thinking, we have to look at what he's doing or what he is saying, the actions he's taking. And I really appreciate that. I'm not saying I'd never want to live in Bruce's head, but I think there's too much of a reliance on that sometimes.
Right. We've done enough of that. And I think where I felt it the most were the action sequences. Because
Yeah.
usually, it'd be like, oh, he's gonna throw a left. Oh, he's gonna do this. Like he's analyzing the situation. But here, it made for brisk reading, honestly. In the Robinson Park, that little gang, and he protects the woman.
The creeps. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have that page up. It's when he like runs into him like I'm playing Simpsons Hit and Run. Just totally demolishes them. But then like the panels are smaller and into bigger as the action gets, more specific into him just clearing up this thing. He does the fight in half a page.
Yeah.
But it works because like that the fight isn't the story.
Yeah. Let's see what the poll results are. Every book we review here on the show, we put up a poll to hear your thoughts. We want to get your involvement as well. 50% poll, 32% pick of the week. Didn't buy or read, 10% pass, 6%. 82% positive, 32% pick of the week has got to be one of the higher numbers we've ever seen. I would love to hear the negatives. What were the passes about? Why'd we pass?
We had some super chats here I want to call out too while people
nice.
type that up.
Yeah.
Bright Butterboy, which is a name I haven't seen before. First time catching a stream live. Hello, Bright Butterboy.
Welcome.
Question for you. Do you leave it out or you put it in the fridge? That's a question.
Oh.
Some people leave it out, dude.
Get ghee.
I don't do karate.
Right.
Matt Fisher with the $5 says, "This is Batman. This is a confident Bruce with a great costume and even greater car." Query: is Alfred AI or a ghost? I don't think he's either.
Unless Fraction is lying, he's 100% not AI.
Yeah, he's some kind of like manifestation. In one of the things that in the interview that he did with Jenna, he mentioned he wanted to have like from a mechanical standpoint, he wanted to have like a little Jiminy Cricket, in his pocket that he can kind of reference and bounce off of. So I would hope it's kind of, the embodiment of a memory. Like what would Alfred do in this situation more so than he's a ghost?
There's a bit in here where I think he's coming into the zoo and he mentions Alfred's like, oh, that's exactly what Alfred would say. Like he says something along the lines of that. So I think he's just talking to himself as Alfred.
Yeah, it's a Tyler Durden fucking Fight Club
Mm.
situation.
Can't talk about it.
Chris with the 10 spot. Thank you, Chris. Really appreciate you. Hey guys, what were each of your favorite X titles during the Krakoan era? Also, thanks for keeping me plugged in while working night shift. Hey man, thank you. I'm glad to hear that we can be there for you through those night hours, and I'm glad that the new time slot's working for you. Favorite books through the Krakoan era?
I'll throw out Hickman's X-Men, Avi. I'll throw Inferno out there and sleeper hit Exterminators, the Leia Williams joint.
I will add to that Immortal X-Men. It's had some bangers.
It did until it fizzled, but yeah.
Well,
The Resurrection of Magneto,
Oh yeah,
oh yeah, yep.
X-Men Red. X-Men Red was crazy
Yeah.
good.
Oh, and then House and Powers.
well,
Oh my god!
obviously
Well,
we're already in the Krakoan era in the prompt. So,
Right,
yeah.
right.
One that I think a lot of people might have skipped past. It was Children of the Atom. I think it was called. That was the Dennis Camp book.
Oh yes.
That was very very good.
Oh yeah, yeah. The Cable Bishop team up, right?
Yes,
Actually,
yes.
while we're at it, Wolverine, Percy, that was fun.
Yeah.
Had
The
moments.
only one to do it all throughout the whole run of
Yeah.
Krakoa, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Let's hit some comments. Handstand Dad says, "Hey Sean, opinion on Batman saying people never change just for the sake of the plot?" Question mark. I don't think that that's just for the sake of the plot. I feel like Batman waffles on that perspective. Obviously, we've seen times where Batman believes people can change, but I also think there's a pretty good history of Batman not regarding his villains that way. Yes, there are exceptions like Two Face and Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, but a lot of character work is done to get to that place. Like Harvey Dent is a personal friend of Bruce, not just a villain who popped out of nowhere. I don't think that Batman believes in the rehabilitation of all his villains. He is not Superman.
Yeah. And also, if it's in the book, isn't that also for the plot? Like if it's written, isn't it by design for the plot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've seen it multiple ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if Batman's saying in the book, the writer is doing that for a reason. So yes, it's for the plot.
Right.
So it's if it's in the book, there's a reason for it, and I'm gonna trust the writer to address it.
Especially this writer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolute overthinker. I personally wish Matt did even more of a reboot since it's a true number one. We could have just had real Alfred back, which would have objectively been better to me. I had that thought, reading it. But I feel like you have too many people who are going to be like continuity, what's going on with this situation. You would have had more questions asked. And realistically, I think this is all you needed of Alfred is a kind of sounding board for Bruce in this situation, less so his presence needed when he comes back home to the mansion. Like they don't talk like that anyway during action. It's only either when he's back at home or he's Bruce Wayne.
Also, you'd have to explain it, and that's just too much page.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think even though it's a bit bizarre, you can't just bring Alfred back. You can't just he's back. No, we would all reject that. I would reject that. Any other good comments? What are you guys saying out there?
My thing just crashed.
So, common sense here. Speaking of history, how do you feel about Tim Drake still having the Robin mantle? Do you want to go back to Red Robin or give him a new mantle? I actually like Tim Drake as Red Robin. I don't know if you ever read that Red Robin run right before New 52. I actually really
Yes.
enjoyed that book. I thought that was a really, really fun book. And I liked how he was kind of cutting a course for himself. In my eyes, like you have two Robins right now. You have Damian and you have Tim. I like Tim a lot, but I think he needs a different name besides Robin. It's got to like Damian's Robin right now. And I think Damian's gonna be Robin until he's Batman. You know what I mean? Like
Tim is fucked.
there's our next evergreen video there.
I don't understand. Like I have no problem with him being here, and I think it's great and everything like that. But as far as I'm concerned, the idea of Robin as a mantle is over because Damian is here. There's
Yeah.
no other Robin that I'm going to take seriously.
You can't.
No.
You just can't.
If we call Damian Bat's son, Like he gets like his own name.
Nah, bro, he'd hate that
Son
shit.
of the Bat. No, none of these sound good.
Yeah.
What is it? C.W. Gordon says
Bat Boy.
Alfred's long lost twin brother turns up. You know what? You fixed
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You did it. I didn't think about that. That's actually very good.
The soap opera way.
That's right.
Couple notes. Tomorrow, not tomorrow, Saturday, excuse me, 10:15 a.m. Eastern. We're going to be talking about the month of September. We're going to let you guys know what we've got going on. The vote is up now for the Justice League month book club that is up on our Patreon page, patreon.com/comics pals. Make sure to vote if you are eligible. Lowest tier gets you in to be able to vote, so make sure you do that. um, we're having a lot of fun over on the channel membership side of things, but we're going to be giving you guys a lot of content all month long, so stick around, stay tuned. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. Hit the like button if you haven't. Kyle points out we need more likes, and I tend to agree,
Yeah.
so let's make it happen. Let's get into the next book, Adventures of Superman, the Book of L, #1. This is written by Philip Kennedy Johnson, who has been looking to continue his Superman story for quite some time, with art by Scott Godlewski, colors by Alex Guimares, letters by Dave Sharp. This is a book that I think the biggest ding I can hit it with is you kind of need to have read War World for this. It's very much a continuation of the run that Philip Kennedy Johnson was doing. Every single other thing about this book to me is fantastic. It's very simple. Superman, he's got the family now, the kids that came from War World, he brings them to see their grandparents, his parents, Ma and Pa Kent, and they're invaded by the Warzone, who have a new leader, a new Mongol, if you will, who has come for, I believe, Osul, and they want that kid, and so Superman is going to have to fight for his children, and someone is writing the Book of L, which plays into this a little bit. Marco, what did you make of this issue?
Man, this was gonna be my pick of the week. Yeah, for longtime listeners, I'm a big fan of PKJ here and the World War stuff. That's some of the first like Superman I feel like I latched onto, and seeing the continuation here, seeing this as repercussion to all that went on, is to me fun. It is driving the, I think, emotional parts because the family's at risk. I was actually very relieved to see the family again. I feel like when we had them, I didn't appreciate them because now it's just kind of been Superman and Lois a little bit, as well as like Lex mixed in with some other characters. But seeing them felt refreshing again. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this. The art was very strong. And it's like you said, straight to the point. Hey, bad guys are here to get your kids.
I this is fine for me. Um my issue with this is that I think it's been too long. I think like there was a lot of this where it's like I forgot the kids existed. Like just as DC had forgotten the kids existed, I sort of did too. Um I had to rack my brain to remember who Quick Soul was during the World War stuff. Like I read a lot of stuff since then. I read a lot of Superman since then. So having to like recalibrate my brain to essentially go back and think about this whole other arc that happened years ago at this point was a little
Yeah.
tricky. It was good. I think it's a well written book, but I was not fresh enough in my memory to truly appreciate it because it gets into lore. It gets into some of the lore that PKJ tackled in War Journal, right? Green Lantern with Orlin Orlos. There's okay.
Orland.
Orland, yes. Okay.
Olgren.
Oh, that's it.
Olgren, Alfred, who was on first. So it was kind of me having to recalibrate a lot of it, and I was really liking it until it just threw us into the future, and then I was like, wait, hold on, I'm not sure what
that
that's about.
that part did take me out for a second. I was like, wait, whoa, what happened there?
That's not just the part, that's the story going forward.
Yeah.
So that kind of took me out, and I worry that this is going to get so bogged down in the mythical end of things, in telling all these different powers of these old gods and all that. So a little bit of that was worrisome, but I did enjoy the issue.
I loved this. I really, really, really loved it. I thought it was so refreshing to be back with PKJ on Superman, just because I missed that run, and I felt like I only got into it as it was ramping down, so I was a little disappointed by that for myself. And so it's good to come back and see that he's not just doing this for the check. He clearly has an investment in telling a story here that's very specific, and that it feels like only he can tell. I One of the things that was most exciting to me about that run was the Olgren stuff, and PKJ is the only one dealing with that. So getting to see more of that was exciting. And I just love his perspective on Superman as a dad. I really do. It's just so fresh, refreshing, and heartwarming, and the way he's so ready to defend his children, but he also loves them deeply. Like, you can tell that Superman's the kind of man who, being a dad is something that he truly enjoys. Like, he's just looking at his kids and happy, and I love that. I also thought the art was fantastic. Bluesky's page layouts are simple, but there are a lot of spreads that are full. There, it's double page spreads, but not a single panel. Like, this is a great example where the storytelling is across both pages, and you read it from the top down, left to right. I love those kinds of pages. They make things feel, they make the action feel very fast paced and sequential. So I really appreciated that dynamic. Um, I'm a little worried about what this whole future gimmick is gonna be, but judging this issue by itself, man, yeah. Any other week, pick of the week, just crazy good. I thought.
I did like the wide pages. I liked it in the sense that it made it feel really cinematic. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is the grand opening to what the story is going to be. I hated it in terms of trying to get graphics for the show. Most of the book is that, so I was like, I can't fit this in the screen space I have. Come on, PKJ, we do the show. You've been on. But otherwise, yeah, I think it was a generally good comic. I'm just a little hesitant for where it goes.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I did enjoy those kind of mythological pieces. So I'm locked in for issue 2, hands down.
Yeah.
Yeah, still a pull for me, and I will be reading issue 2. And how the hell does Dan Mora have a variant for this too? What is that dude on? God damn.
Just getting that money, bro. He's on
I
that bread.
I bet.
He is not wasting his life, that's for sure. Big ups to him. Poll. I loved it.
Yeah.
Had a great time with this.
Yeah, pull.
The poll is looking a bit bloodbathy. Didn't buy a read is 46%. I wonder if that means you guys just didn't get around to it, or you're trade waiting it, or it just feels too side story-ish for you. 37% did pull, though. 8% pick of the week, 6% pass.
Okay.
I can imagine it's kind of outside the purview of what's going on right now. So it's going to be, what is this, like an Elseworlds kind of book?
And I feel like it kind of got fucked in marketing. Like, this book was announced, and it was like, oh, here's this big thing, and then pulled, and then pushed. Yeah. And I don't think they really marketed it since, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I agree with you for sure. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Lucas says, I got the Dan Mora variant, didn't read Warworld, so probably will just read just Superman. Too many books.
I recommend that it's hard to say, War World book. It's a fun book, gorgeous too.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the comment, but somebody asked like, "What is this? How is this related to?" Oh, Banksy Main. How does this work into the timeline with main Superman book though? That this does feel like it's a future thing, right? So like this moment happened with the family, but then it has spun off all the way down the line, seemingly. So uh, it the connective tissue is loose, if
I,
at all.
I would say my typical, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just read it. Don't worry about it.
Look, the answer is this book, as Tyler was saying, the book was supposed to come out a while ago. So I think if I were you, I would read it as a sequel to Warworld. And if you haven't read Warworld, then don't think about it too much. If you're interested because you like the creative team, just read the comic.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. And I agree with MX Mothman. Everyone should read Warworld. There's no doubt in my mind about it.
I like whenever I put up MX Mothman's comment on the stream. It's just Clippy saying it.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we've got over 90 of you here hanging out with us. Make sure you smash that
Whoa.
like button.
Smash.
Thank you for choosing us as your review crew this week.
Yeah.
Subscribe if you're not subscribed. We do this every single week at the same time. So we're very consistent. You probably won't find too many channels as consistent as us.
We're getting counter programmed by the NFL too, so that's some good stuff there.
Those
Appreciate you.
pieces.
Well, there aren't a lot of comic book fans who are also hardcore sports fans, as we know.
It's Philly though.
Let's talk about Absolute Superman, number 11. This is written by Jason Aaron with art by Carmine Giandomenico. Ulysses Areola on colors, letters by Becca Carey. Somehow this book gets better and better and better and better. Very, very much in conversation for pick of the week for me too. And this is why these three books are why it was such a hard week for me. It's Brainiac trying to break Superman the way that Brainiac was broken.
Yep.
Putting Superman through mental hurdle after trial, forcing him to kill Kryptonians in his mind, kill humans in his mind, all these kinds of awful things that he's doing to break Superman because Ra's al Ghul wants this. He wants Superman to be his son. Um, this arc is called Superman, Son of the Demon for that very reason, and it's really putting Cal through his paces. Um, I am just in love with this series. Tyler, what were your thoughts on Superman?
Yeah, I like the premise of. I think I question Ra's al Ghul being the villain of Absolute Superman. He's not a Superman villain; it's a Batman villain. But this is kind of putting those pieces together for me. That this is a weird inversion or weird take on the old Son of the Bat, where Ra's wanted Batman to be his son and take over the business here. This is Ra's seeing that there's someone even bigger than that I can do that, because this is Ra's writ large. This is not a Ra's that's trying to take shut down Gotham or do kind of assassin stuff. He wants to essentially cull the world and rebuild it in his image. So to do that, he needs someone even stronger than Batman for this version. And I really like that as a weird twist. And I especially like the Brainiac of it all, where like Brainiac this isn't even the main Brainiac. This is a fucked up version of Brainiac that somehow made it to Earth and destroyed a whole bunch of other versions. And he only knows pain. This is a sadistic Brainiac. He's not really inquisitive. He's just evil, and he does things the only way he knows how, through pain. He's almost like a Hellraiser type villain too.
Oh yeah.
And like the way like the way Brainiac became the way he is that he was the one killing all the other Brainiacs or shoveling them, if you remember, which was also drawn by Carmine Giandomenico, I believe, right?
Yeah.
That Brainiac issue. So at least visually, we're continuing the visuals here as well, like 1-to-1 from that issue, and putting Superman through those paces where it's like, no, I'm gonna have this guy kill everything he loves over and over again. It's a war of attrition. This is what worked for me. This is what broke me, but it made me better. And Brainiac's just trying to play that same card, and that's not who Superman is, and it won't work, and it doesn't. Yeah, this was really, really fun. Whenever it opens up with a absolute Krypton, I'm like, peak, let's go. I love absolute Krypton.
The I think Aaron continues to drive home who Superman is in this world. Early on, that was always the question: who is this guy? What is he about? And issue by issue, he's continued to deliver on it. You know, the things where he's not killing millions, but actually he's like deactivating and reactivating their brains and bringing them back into the fold, starting rebellions by whispering in like a different frequency. Like at the end of the day, he is resilient, he is resourceful, and he is strong. Not strong physically, but he is strong in his ambitions. He's strong in his desires, and he has the physical power, but he has the mental stamina to do that, and that's kind of the fight here. Very much Brainiac is trying to break him in that way, but dude, he's unbreakable here, man. I loved it. Uh, this was great, really really great, and seeing him kind of get out there too was awesome.
Yeah, man. This book is emerging. It really, really is. Like it's just so good. Like all the pieces are coming together and falling into place, and so every bit of this just is just interesting. Like I love the bit with Lois and her dad, and he comes through, like a boss to save his daughter and all that. Like all that shit was crazy. I love the very different visuals you get in every scene. Like the Brainiac stuff's all green and creepy. The stuff with Lois and her dad is those reds because there's fire and peril. There's just so much variety in the look and feel. It's an exciting book to read from that perspective, and Aaron really delivered a lot in the first 11. It's not a complete story because the story isn't over, but 11 issues through, I really feel like we've gotten somewhere. Like meaningful things are happening. I'm compelled by the storytelling. And I like this version of Cal a lot. Like we're digging in and learning him. It's not the assumption. Aaron isn't comfortable with just assuming we know.
Mm.
He's telling us this version of Superman. And I really appreciate that.
It's doing the work there, and that work is appreciated. A bit on the nose, but the moment where Jimmy is kind of getting attacked, and he's like, Brainiac's like, "No, he's mine. Take your hands off Superman. That isn't his name." And then the next panel, Kal-El, wake up. It's trying to speak to the Kryptonian, the humanized side of who this character is. So I really appreciated that, and I'm I'm curious. He's gonna kill Brainiac, yeah?
No, I think that's the whole debate. Brainiac
Mm,
wants him to. That's
right,
the
right.
goal. Then he knows he's truly broken. It is Superman who doesn't do that. That's gonna emerge.
But I like the cliffhanger here because it's Kal-El. Like,
Yeah.
what are you about to do? He's in his head. What are you about to do?
Yeah. He
Loved
gets
it.
stopped
Loved
before he
it.
could really get there. Yeah.
Does he?
Well,
Oh, oh.
there's
But
a really good comment here I wanted to call out from Order of Dylan, saying Aaron is tapping into the real world debate over Superman. Everyone has an opinion on him and who he should be and what he should do, and the characters are fighting to define him themselves.
mm,
This is the story of Superman choosing how he defines himself.
Yeah. Yeah. This is great. This is really, really great. I can't wait for more. I mean, I think this might be the most interesting absolute book for me right now.
Oh, you think it's supplanting Batman for you?
I think well, no, because that last issue of Batman was
Man,
ridiculous
got
too.
that Clayman.
Neck and neck,
Oh,
man. These books are just incredible. This is top shelf DC
oh,
work.
common sense here with a good shout. You think Saul will become the Eradicator? There was that bit where Saul had a face in this, where he's in the tube, the cape, and it forms like a weird face. And then Brainiac's like, that tells you to shut that thing off. Interesting.
Why specifically the Eradicator?
It's a Kryptonian weapon. is what the Eradicator is.
Oh,
Meant to protect Kryptonians in a way.
interesting.
That's a good, interesting. We'll see.
Pull.
Easy pull.
Yeah, pull.
Yeah.
Yo, DC's on fire, bro.
Don't
Yeah,
worry,
it's
we'll
ridiculous.
get to the Marvel stuff. We'll get there.
Like back to back to back bangers.
I
Bangers.
I still have to read Absolute Wonder Woman, which finally released this week.
Jesus.
Oh, I haven't caught up.
Yeah, it came out September 3rd, like Amazon said it would. Fucking
Well,
Bezos.
Near, I don't know why you're not reading this. Get on it.
I like comments like that, like self-shame. Yeah,
Do it.
shame yourselves in the comments. No, that feels like a king.
Oh, Hayden's hideout. Tradesman out here.
Trade waiting list. Okay.
Absolute Superman 11. Pull 47%. Didn't buy or read 31%. Pick of the week 15%. Pass 4%.
Okay. Hey, strong. Still strong.
What's up, Comic Boom? Comic Boom says Aaron is flipping the script. Superman will free the Brainiacs. And my guess is that they will be the Kellixes of the Absolute
Oh.
Universe.
That'd be
I don't know who Kellix is.
the robots in the Fortress of Solitude. Yeah.
I like that a lot. I think you hit on it, Comic Boom. Wow. It's a good call. It's a good call. Let's talk about Absolute Green Lantern number 6. This is written by Al Ewing with art by Janoy Lindsay. Lucas Catoni on the letters. A lot has been said about this book. There were a lot of question marks going into this issue. And this is the Lord Dobby one. This is the one that gives you not necessarily all the answers you're looking for, but it definitely illuminates a lot of things and asks us to ask interesting questions. This is an issue that's almost tough to break down because so much of it is introducing concepts and characters. We see Simon Baz, Mogo. You know, we hear about the Black Stars again. We learn more about the different entities. There's so much happening in this issue, but this is exactly what I'm here for. Weird space horror shit that borderline doesn't make any sense, but is very fun to read.
I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts. You guys are more veterans on Green Lantern in general, so more things maybe here might have some connective tissue. I'll start with mine. Man, I'm out. I think like I was excited for in past previews. You know, I liked the previous issue, and I was interested for more to see if we can get glimpses here, but this went over my head. I was really I felt like just grasping at straws here. This like meditative space and the different levels of acceptance, you know, kind of like this karmic dharmic thing that I thought I would enjoy. 'Cause I'm into that shit, but
I'm surprised you
this
didn't actually. Yeah.
I'm surprised I didn't. And but I just I couldn't connect here. I just feel lost.
This was the opening of Lord of the Rings: Fellowship of the Ring. Is what this felt like. Explaining the ring and all that, and the lore and who gets what, and the lineage of men and dwarves and elves. That was this for this world. And I thought it was interesting. I don't know if it was good. I don't know if it was bad, but it was necessary. Does that make sense? I found it really interesting because here's the thing with Al Ewing is that he doesn't just pick things willy nilly. There is a reason in every choice that he makes. So I was trying to pick this apart piece by piece by piece by piece, especially when Jon Stewart is doing his whole explanation of it. You have like these different, almost like casts in a way, or Jon Stewart kind of says it's sort of a tier, but other
Right.
people view the tier in the opposite way. So who is right? And I thought that was very interesting because you have the Cord one, which is the world where isn't that where the Monitor was? And they created the Manhunters on there, and like that is a Green Lantern lore thing. It's a planet in Green Lantern lore, and Rao is the son of Krypton. Absolute Superman even says Rao in the issue we just read.
Great Rao is like saying good God.
Yeah. Yeah. So that has significance. Sir has significance here in terms of Abin Sur. Like Tomar being a phrase used in this as well, which is the anomaly. But we've seen Tomar Ray in the previous issue or on a cover or something. So we know there are other anomalies out there too. It's so fascinating to me. I don't love it. I will say I don't love this book, but it's so out there and so wildly different than what I expected that like I think this book kind of sold me on sticking with this. I like that Agent Chase shows up. Maybe we get Ultimate Director Bones too soon. Who knows? But I like this. I like the idea of it not being an emotional spectrum, but more of like a state of being. It's a conglomeration of all your emotions and who you are as a person. And yes, it's still based on emotion, but like Guy gets sorted into the Rao category. Now I'm just thinking of that good pasta sauce you can get in the supermarkets. But he gets sorted there because of his ability to hold back a bit. And I'm like, well, that's a conglomeration of who he is. It's not just one emotion. So that's very interesting to me and how you view that in terms of a tier. In Al Ewing, I trust, so I'm gonna keep going with this. And I like how salty Hal is in this. He's like, "What do you mean I'm on the bottom level?" Yeah, This is interesting. Yeah. Banksy Man says, "I like that foot shot. Get that out of here." That's
Feels
libel.
very Buddhist inspired. Feels like
Mm-hmm.
Al Ewing's thinking a lot about Buddhism, which anytime we can get some some philosophical Eastern philosophy, anytime we can get that in these superhero books, that's a great thing. And I trust that Al Ewing understands what he's dealing with. The book is weird. It's
Yeah.
very weird. It's not the kind of book you're traditionally gonna see on superhero stands, and I'm very happy for that. This also could have been my pick of the week in a particular world.
Sure.
Like I was enraptured reading the description of how this all works, and um, did I understand absolutely everything? No, but it's kind of like watching The Matrix. Like the first time I watched The Matrix, I was like, okay, cool, wow, fighting. But then you watch it again and it's like, oh shit. And the more you watch it, the more you get out of it. So for me, this first read through was like, oh man, this is really interesting. And I suppose that the longer I read this book, the more interesting it's going to get. And I can see a world in which this ends up being the best absolute book.
You say first read through, and then Tilo commented, "Absolute Green Lantern is not just my pick of the week; it's my retroactive pick of the week." Rereading all 6 issues was revelatory. So he went back and read that in the context of this, which that's some good homework. But yeah, I wonder if that's the way to go.
Hey man, more power to y'all.
Everybody putting Green Lantern last. Yeah, people are putting Green Lantern last. Everybody likes different things and gets different things out of their comic books, but this feels a lot closer to the place where I want Al Ewing to be. It very much feels like we only find them when they're dead. If it feels like Resurrection of Magneto. Al Ewing is a very brilliant mind, and I like when he can use that. Like I'm not as into the all new Venom type books. This is where I want Al Ewing to be.
There,
I
the one thing that also jumps out to me too in this is that this is one of the few books that's referencing other books. Hector Hammond in this, sure, we're having this whole discussion on, what the Green Lantern is, but Hector Hammond is in this kind of progressing the plot forward. And he mentions Ra's al Ghul. He mentions the, stuff happening
Right.
elsewhere. And I think he even mentions Gotham, like, or Agent Chase mentions Gotham. It's like, oh, I don't want to deal with just one dude that's happening in Gotham. So like, it's weird that this book is also the book that's really contextualizing all the other Absolute books in and of itself, where I can see maybe Hammond and Roz maybe interacting in that evil one shot we're getting, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, interesting.
And this is to no fault of Al Ewing. I just think I need maybe more hand holding. Maybe this is a book that I like. We're obviously gonna continue to read this, but if I weren't doing the show, would drop, maybe check in again, see what the the scuttlebutt is, what the hubbub is, and make my return. Because I ultimately I agree with you guys that Al Ewing knows what he's doing. We read parts of Immortal Thor. We just read last week Mortal Thor. Like the man is talented. He has a mind for this thing. So something there is not connecting with me, and that's on me.
You should just
Yeah.
install a new module in your chip.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
I forgot. You know what? On my butt, that little tattoo that says what I got to update. It's been swirling, dude.
I don't doubt that you have a butt tattoo. You would be the kind of guy who has a butt tattoo.
That is
I'm gonna say pass.
Ooh. Ooh.
easy pull from me.
Yeah, I'm with Sean. Easy pull for me. I enjoy this. I like that I have eyes on where this is going for once.
Let's see what the audience has to say. Pull 47%, didn't buy or read 34%, pass and pick of the week both at 8%.
That's a majority positive, so that's good.
Now we're 6 issues deep with Absolute Green Lantern. It did win the poll, which I think, yeah, it won the poll.
Yeah.
I neglected to mention that, so there is a poll up now that you guys can vote in under the post tab on our YouTube channel. We've got 4 options, of course: Green Lantern Corps number 8, Superman Kryptonite Spectrum number 2, Imperial War Nova number 1, and Transformers 24. Transformers 24 is the last issue of the Daniel Warren Johnson era, so a lot of people voting for that, but it's wide open. So cast your vote. Let us know what you want to make the show, and we'll be reviewing it next week. Entertain me, Sean. Please bring back some sanity into this conversation and away from Marco's backside. I try, man. I try. It can be tough at times. That's the last thing I would ever want to think about, but we were forced to have that thought.
I'm fine thinking about it.
Hey yo,
That's very bizarre.
What?
You mean
Look at him getting all red.
I'm blushing.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
is these issues? If Marco has confirmation of a tramp stamp, I'll up my Patreon to $20 a month. Yo, that's it.
Yeah, to actually get you that tramp stamp, it's going to cost about a couple months worth.
That's right.
Well, I think the question is, if you did have it, if you were to admit to that, Izzy would jump it up to 20. So if you have a tramp stamp, you can earn us money right now by being honest about it.
Okay, question for the panel here. If you had a
Yeah.
tramp stamp, what would it be?
Oh, I know. It's a little cookie, the little frog.
Oh, the cookie.
Yeah.
You making sounds from there? You can make a whistle. God damn.
Yeah.
I think I'll go tribal. I want mine to look as trashy as possible.
I don't know, dude.
Oh no, I would get the dog from Lady and the Tramp. Like right there, it's a literal tramp stamp.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, be literal with it.
Okay.
Wow. Let's get into the Marvel side of things. Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh boy.
Number 11/975. Have your cake and eat it too. Who are the 2 Spider-Men? It's right there on the cover. Big question. Marvel said Spider-Man was split in 2. Yeah. Look. This was an interesting issue. The first bit of it is Peter versus Spider-Man. And it's drawn. Oh, I should say the creative team. It's Joe Kelly on the words. He's joined by Pepe Larraz and John Romita Jr. There are other credited creators for the various backups. So the first story is really based around showing the identity of Peter Parker and Spider-Man. And so we're just going to get those out of the way. There's no way to talk about this issue without getting into that. If you don't want to hear it, skip ahead or whatever you do. So Peter Parker is Ben Riley. Tyler called it.
My boy, Chasm.
That-
He ain't leaving. We ain't
that was
going
crazy.
anywhere. His fucking wife is here too, Janine. Oh, I'm with it.
Yo, when I saw that, I was like, no fucking way. Wait a second.
Right?
I'm with
Right?
it.
And Spider-Man is Norman fucking Osborn.
Yo, he pulled off the spider do-rag and did that wave check too. Oh,
The
good
spider.
stuff.
What, dude? What? This? I got into that. I left that section. I put the book down for a second. I'm like, what's going on?
This is a Ramita section too, so it was extra not into your,
Yeah,
not your
dude,
thing.
not my thing.
Look, I have said before that I made a mistake by jumping off Dan Slott's perfectly otherwise good run on Spider-Man because of the superior aspect of it. I was loving it up until then. I jumped ship, came back when it was over. That was a mistake. Run's really good. What the fuck is this?
Facts.
Why? Like, we're going to talk about the second half in a little bit. I thought that was much better. I'm fine with that. I don't have any problems with that. What? Like, I would have to get a lobotomy to want to read a comic in which Norman Osborn is running around as Spider-Man and Ben Riley as Peter Parker again. We were just establishing Peter's earthbound life. They were doing interesting things. Now that's out the window. And once again, someone is impersonating Spider-Man. Two people are impersonating Spider-Man. We have to go through this horse shit. I don't give a fuck about this. This is the worst thing that could have happened. I can't even fathom a worse version of this story than this. They said he was going to be split in two. That's not what happened. That they lied. That's not what happened.
I think
he
what
was
you're saying.
emotionally split in two.
I mean, I
That
think
didn't happen.
to what you're saying, Sean, of this affecting what came before. That was my biggest gripe. That issue, what is it, 4 or 3, with where he's remembering on May, like those interactions, the pain, the hurt that he feels. I'm like, oh, amazing. But then this, I'm like, wait, that wasn't even our guy. What's the how is this a reward for that situation? Like yes, it happened technically in Peter's life, so that would be applicable. But the character that I've been following, it feels like a bait and switch.
No, you have been following. That was Peter that whole time.
Yeah. This is a result of him fighting Hellscape. He fought Hellscape, got knocked into space, and these two are now running around replacing him.
Is that what happened to him? He got knocked into space?
Some shit by Hellscape, yeah.
I thought Hellgate, like I thought
Or
he
Hellgate.
he wasn't able to beat him. Hellgate was like, I guess I was wrong about you. And I assumed this was Peter deciding I need to get stronger, like Hellgate told him. And so he's like, I gotta go on walkabout. Where can I get stronger? I don't know, not on Earth. And so he found himself elsewhere. I don't remember though, so I could be wrong. But he is in space to get stronger, it sounds like. Because he can go back to Earth. That guy he was with said we can go to no, Imperial is what's stopping them.
Right.
Which was like, what, didn't expect Spider-Man to reference Imperial. Yeah, and strangely enough, I had a lot more issues with this latter half of the book, storyline wise, than I did the first half of the book. I think the first half, Ben Riley taking over as Peter Parker as soon as he finds the opportunity to, is pure Ben Riley. He will always do that because he is not happy being himself. And if he could find a way to take Peter's life, or not even in a bad way, like he's not doing it in a malicious way here. He's recognizing the world needs Peter Parker even when Peter's gone. So he finds a way to slot himself in. I think that's fine. And I sort of think this also tracks where Norman is right now. Yes, it is a fucking buck wild statement that, you know, we had the Goblin Glider in the last run, right? And we're like, oh, that's a step too far. This is going even further. Um, this is his superior Spider-Man moment where Norman is Spider-Man. And it is dumb, but like dumb in the best way possible for me. Because it tracks for where the character's been in these past couple years. And this Norman is kind of losing it. Not in the Green Goblin sense of the way, but his guilt is overwhelming. And he doesn't know how to get past it besides working through it. And he sees Spider-Man as like his way of what's the word I'm looking for?
Owning.
Atoning, yes. Because he's the hero. He's the opposite of what Green Goblin was. So this tracks for Norman, and I like the idea of like, what does Norman's Spider-Man look like? You know, we already saw that he has web shooters that can pierce people, which is like, ooh, that's kind of wild. So I find it interesting. I thought the space stuff, it's where like I don't like Spider-Man in space. That's just not my bag. Even though it's run by Pepe Larraz, which I think is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I don't like Spider-Man in space. It's just a weird thing for me.
I dug it. Kind of like fish out of water situation. Uh, and I think Spider-Man in this case, that such a drastically different environment. It for me, it always feels cool. It feels cool to be able to get a totally different dynamic because yes, we're not swinging through the city, but we're still an action based character. Like we still have to do things here. And I very much prefer the art.
Yeah, the Pepe Larraz art is fantastic. I mean, the framing device here is he's just, on some planet and nearly died. He gets saved by this alien who wants to keep him as a pet, um, and is working with him as long as Peter doesn't come to know the secret, which is that this dude is testing his he's doing experimentations on creatures, and Peter can't let that happen. So he ends up fighting this dude. That's how he gets the new badass suit, beats the dude, and meets Rocket and some other people, and they're gonna do whatever the fuck they're gonna do. I'm much more intrigued by that because it feels like a meaningful differentiation in what we've been getting. I don't mind putting Peter in a different situation, but I read Spider-Man comics for Peter Parker. I don't read them for Norman. I don't read them for Ben Riley. I don't read them for fucking Doc Ock. I don't read them for any other person. So the idea that some issues are going to feature not Peter and others will feature Peter has me not wanting to read this book. And then when you tell me that the Pepe Larraz issues are the only issues that are going to feature Peter, it feels like my choice is really simple. Don't buy the books that don't have Pepe Larraz in them.
Yeah.
How's this going to work? Is it weekly going forward, and every other week they switch off?
I don't remember if it's weekly or bi-weekly, but
Everything's
it's
bi
something
nowadays.
like that. So I just couldn't be more disappointed in this turn, and I man, wow,
It looks like it's bi-weekly. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So we get 2 issues a month, 1 issue of each story a month. Okay.
Positive. The suit's cool. Technarchy kind of stuff.
It's like Warlock, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I
Yeah.
think we called that, I think. And the little Venom. I can't wait to
See,
see the little Venom.
you guys say like, "Oh, this is a new story of Spider-Man." He's doing symbiotes. I'm tired of that. we got
There's nothing new under the sun.
this story is a story of clones, Green Goblin, and symbiotes. Spider-Man, baby. I still enjoyed it. I still liked it for what it was. I'll keep with it.
Was it? I just had it. Oh, James Jones. Sorry, pals. I loved the Spider-Man story. I want to see more of this. It's something wildly different. May not be for everyone, but I jumped into Superior when it came out. Hey, man, love it. How do you like it? And it's only the first part for me. The back half, rad.
Yeah, it looks like the next issue is going to be Spider-Man getting his Green Goblin, I guess, getting his ass kicked by a whole bunch of other spider people, including fucking Aranya. Anya Corazon is on the cover. Jeez, where the hell has she been?
It's Junior on it.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
see you guys in the next one, I
JR's
guess.
on there. I like JR.
Dude, I was gonna
I'm with
rant
it.
on like a panel or two, but I'm like, I don't want to do that.
I want to be out on this book. I really do. I'm so frustrated that this is the path that it went down, and I don't care to see what's going to happen. I don't trust Joe Kelly enough.
Hmm.
I don't trust him enough. And I don't have any desire to spend $4.99 on a story that I don't want to read. Like I don't want this. And I think I might have to stop reading Spider-Man again. And it sucks because I did it during Superior and I really regretted it. This does not feel like that situation. Uh we had a couple of backups, Rapid Return, written by Saladin Ahmed with art by Perry Perez, colors by Maury Hollowell. Did you guys read this?
Yeah,
I read a couple of them. Yeah,
it's cute.
It
It's
is
all
what
right.
it is.
Who the fuck cares? Like what?
I just historically don't like backups.
Rapid? Who the hell cares about Rapid?
Yeah, I thought
Who-
is he not the Captain Kitsurugi or whatever that we've been having in the previous issues? Like I thought that was his origin, and then it's like, no, it's not. I did like which one was it? It was
the Mayo.
the Lee Gatlin one, Spider Mayonnaise. Yeah, I just really like Lee Gatlin art.
I did like that. Very stylistic, very,
Yeah.
very different, but good for what it was. Like in that, I would have just taken a 4-issue story, a 4-page story. I don't need more than that.
Sure.
Pass.
Oh. Passing on a Villa Ross book?
Oh, 1000%. That first half was so disappointing. Yeah.
The weights weighted the wrong way. It's a pull for me.
It's a pass. Yeah.
Yeah. I was waiting anxiously for this issue and they couldn't have disappointed me more. Didn't buy a read, 45% pull, 29% pass, 12%. Pick of the week, 12%. Okay. All right. Uncanny Suit. I prefer this type of Amazing Spider-Man story over what we got with Ben the last couple of times. I will not speak ill of Dark Web in Tyler's presence.
It's peak stuff. I don't know what you're talking about. It's got Goblin Queen and Chasm. Like, what do you want? Hallow's Eve? 3 best characters in comics.
C.W. Gordon, I did like the space side a lot. I thought that part was really cool. I just don't know why they couldn't just split Spider-Man in half like they said they were. I don't know. Because even the Osborn part of it is like, wait a second, if he's so guilty, why is he being ruthless as Spider-Man? Like, why is he hurting people so much?
Mm.
It doesn't track, and it feels like they did that because they didn't want us to know that it was Norman. But he hasn't been behaving this way.
And I guess to that point, you would think he just kind of would do his own thing under his own moniker,
Oh, but we need Spider-Man.
right?
There's 57,000 Spider people.
I think next issue will at least address that. You think he unmasked the other spiders?
No.
No.
He just has voice modulation software.
Sure.
Wow. Let's talk about Spider-Man 94 #1.
Oh boy.
This is written by J.M. DeMatteis with art by Jim Toe, colors by Jim Campbell, letters by Joe Carabagna. Everybody on this creative team's name starts with J. That's crazy. So this is a direct continuation, a direct sequel to the animated series that people have, varying opinions about. Some love it like me, some don't really love it. But I've been waiting for a return in some form for many years. So color me very happy when they announced that we would be getting this in comic book form. It answers, some lingering questions. And essentially, if you've never watched the show, the most important thing you need to know, to come into this is answered in the first few pages, which is that Mary Jane was gone and Peter had to go on a mission to find her. He does. This issue uses a lot of the villains from the JMS run and the JM DeMatteis, because JM DeMatteis did the Craven's Last Hunt, I believe. Yeah, I think so.
Sounds right.
These are all characters who never appeared in the show, is what the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, he did.
Kane
yeah.
was never on the show.
No Kane, no Vermin, no Molten Man. So those were all welcome. I really liked the script of this issue. I could hear the characters' voices the same way I could hear the characters from the show. I had no problems with that. I liked the new villains. It felt the way I feel like this should feel. The art is crazy, like, and not in a good way. Look at Aunt May's face
I knew you were gonna bring that
right
page
here.
up.
Oh, yeah.
What happened? Every character's face is like when you look at someone in a bad dream and how they just don't look right. Look at Peter. What is up with this?
You know what they look like? They look like those like freaked out children animatronics you see at Spirit Halloween.
We both went to the same one, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
boy.
the hell is
tried,
this?
I tried pulling pages that made them look good too. I was
Dude,
trying
you
to
said-
give this book this.
Oh, it's like, what the fuck?
I don't know how you make Mary Jane look bad. Like it's almost intentional. These are the worst, some of the worst facial expressions I've ever seen in a comic book in my life.
Dude, even the opening splash with Peter, he looks like he mouth breathes.
So, Sean, your issue was the art mostly?
1000%. Yeah, the art was dreadful to me.
I was gobsmacked by the way they just hand waved the Mary Jane part of it all. I did not watch the animated series, but I know from when you talked about it and just from context that Mary Jane's gone at the final episode. This book says, well, I got her back. We'll tell you that story down the line. No, you fucking won't.
Maybe.
I think they will. Why not?
It
I
feels like
believed it.
if this book is long enough, we'll get there eventually, but I needed to tell a story that had Mary Jane in it. I thought that was dumb. Why?
No, that's the story of the book. It needs it, like, that's it. That's the story.
But wouldn't you want to continue and actually tell that story?
I imagine that I'm gonna get it at some point, but that's probably long and elaborate and not the best way to start a comic because people don't necessarily even know what the fuck that's about.
I think if it's being marketed as the continuation of the series, it should continue the series.
It does.
I think that's a misfire.
Well, I think fair enough that it doesn't go ahead and explain itself, but it picks up seemingly right after, like they're on the rooftop, like from that lens, it seems to. And I think I agree. Like if it had started going down, this is how it happened, all the situation, like me as a person who did not watch the show to that degree, maybe an episode here or there, like I would have glazed over.
Yeah, of course, because you have no context for any of that stuff.
It would have felt like lore dump.
Yeah, I think they started it the right way. I think DeMatteis wrote for the show. I believe he wrote for the show. So it feels right from that angle. I just can't get past the art, man. There's no way. There's no way. Like that art style from the show is so perfect. And you could have modernized certain aspects, but these characters are disgusting to look at. I don't understand.
Yeah, I didn't like this at all. I wasn't as against the art as you guys are. I thought some of the faces looked like almost like Marcos Martin does faces. But in the lens of his Saturday morning cartoon show, which that doesn't work. And it just felt like I don't like Moreland either. I think Moreland's a dumb character. I've never liked him. So once the book opened with Moreland, I'm like, oh god, here we go again. At least they did Kane. They did the cool Kane. That costume is pretty neat. But man, this was just so not my thing. And I have no nostalgia for the cartoon. Never really watched it. I was an X-Men guy. So this book isn't for me. But yeah, it is what it is.
And to be fair, I don't know if like following this specific art style would have been amazing. Like, uh, I don't like one of the reasons I don't. I'm not a fan of the show is because of the art. Like the feel like the frame rate, things are so janky. Same with X-Men. It feels very stiff a lot of the time and very it snaps into place.
Okay, Mr. One Piece, you want impact frames in your 90s Spider-Man
Hey, dude, give me a
cartoon?
good keyframe. Give me a good keyframe.
And that's fine. Like I think that the art style is good, but the facial work is obscene. And it could have worked. And that's what's so frustrating. Like I really want to read this, but I cannot look at these faces for the next few issues. Like, boy, oh boy.
Just close your eyes. Wait, hold on.
It'll make it a little tough to read the thing.
Yeah, that might not work.
I'm a pull. I actually had a lot of fun with this.
Really?
Yeah, I really, really liked it. Reading a new J.M. DeMatteis script and feeling like it felt right was cool. Um, and again, if you're a fan of that show, then you should be able to hear their voices. The script is pitch perfect for that. So I'm gonna buy the next one and just suffer through the art. Suffer through it.
Jesus, you're gonna suffer through half of what a comic is.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is it for me. Pass. I am a fan of J.M. DeMatteis. So I think I do agree that the script was workable, but it didn't connect with me.
Easy pass for me. This is not my Spider-Man. My Spider-Man is Norman Osborn.
Nice.
My Peter Parker's been wrong. Order of Dylan in the chat. Not a fan of this issue. Saying hand waving the single biggest cliffhanger that people spent 30 years speculating about. Torpedoed the whole thing for me, and the art was an abomination. Then he said rescuing Mary Jane is the whole reason we picked this damn thing up.
I mean, it's the reason you picked it up.
I did have one story piece critique, like the I don't want to get married to you now because I feel like I just lost you and I can't trust that this is the real you, even though I know it's supposed to be the real you. Like, uh that felt similarly hand wavy. Like I need a problem now.
For me, like my rationale there was that Pete really did go through hell during the show. Because he didn't just lose her once, he lost her twice, and he went through so many. My man met Stan Lee trying to find Mary Jane. So he went through a lot. And I think it's just, the immediacy of now having found her and not being able to trust if it's really her. I agree with you that like when I got to that moment, I was like, but then thinking about it, I was like, okay, I can kind of see that. But it wasn't it wasn't an easy swallow, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure.
58% did not buy a read, 26% pass, pull, 14% pick of the week, 0. That's pretty bad.
Yikes.
Pretty bad.
Yikes. Yeah, well.
Entertain me. Sean, are you sure you would be able to handle an ugly looking black cat?
Is she ugly? Oh.
I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to. I think, it'd be great if they could get someone else on the book, but that ain't gonna happen. So I guess I'm gonna have to. Look at the cover. Why couldn't it just look like that? Why couldn't it just look like the cover?
I did like the cover. I'll give it that. Although Moreland being on the cover, I think I didn't one of us call that out when they got announced. Like, what the fuck is Moreland doing there? Because he wasn't in the animated show, right?
No, he wasn't.
I thought it was what's his face, Felicia.
Morbius.
Yeah,
he's there. Morbius is there. Hard to see, but
he got like the Jersey Shore blowout.
Yeah. So we're gonna do. Well, no, we've got a quick shout out. Tyler wanted to talk about the
I hope
new
you guys
Imperial War Exiles book.
Yeah, I hope you guys don't mind if I speak a little Shi'ar real quick. So I picked up Imperial War Exiles numero uno. It's by Steve Fox and Hickman. with Francesco Mana on art as well. I really like these. I'm a Shi'ar fan and I'm a Space Marvel fan. So I've been and I caught up with the other Imperial War one shots, kind of telling the stories that are happening on the periphery of Imperial, and I actually like this. So at the end of that X-Men event where you remember what that event was, the Sins of Charles Xavier, where he came back and all the X-Men did they escape from Grey
Yeah.
Malkin or
Escape from Grey Malkin led into some other
yeah.
the hunt for I don't remember. Yeah, the hunt for
Something like that.
Professor X.
Yeah, yeah. But essentially, what that book did was it brought back it Professor X pieced out of Earth, and he revived Lilandra. And then at the end of it, it was like, oh, there's something wrong with her daughter, who they've never met. So this is them going to save her because there is a schism on Shi'ar. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of Imperial Guard. They introduced like this new death squad of Imperial Guardsmen. A lot of Deathbird in this book. C.W. Gordon says X-Manhunt. Yes, X-Manhunt. If you are a Deathbird fan, there's a lot of her in this, so I'm digging it. But this also involves the Exiles #1, which we haven't gotten full confirmation of, or we might have gotten the title of, right? When they announced the other books spinning out of Imperial. But this actually shows off who the team is going to be, which is an interesting set of characters. So it looks like it's going to be Professor X and Lilandra with Rocket Raccoon, Corsair, Danger, and Kid Gladiator, which I'm like, hell yeah. This is a ragtag group of people. So this kind of got me excited. I think Steve Fox does a lot of good team books. Steve Fox did that Hellions, I think, or the Goblin Queen, the Dark X-Men, one of those. Which I thought was a lot of fun. So it's not typical Exiles, but it's exiled from their separate sections of space because of Imperial. I had a lot of fun with this. This is just fun stuff. And Deathbird. That's all I gotta say. You guys like Deathbird, right?
Love
Yeah.
Deathbird.
Yeah, great character.
Cool. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I didn't read this, but I'm glad it was good.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with Imperial.
Yeah. Cool. We're gonna get to the stack here. So give your numbers out. If you're unfamiliar, the stack is a segment we do, Sean Stack, because I buy a lot of comics every single week, and you guys are kind of sort of helping me lower the stack count. Although I think the last couple of weeks I haven't been too successful with that. Marco, I wanted to talk to you about Silk Song, which dropped today.
Oh, I didn't know. I've had no faith in any release date.
You nerds.
So I have ignored all the news. I haven't looked at any new trailers. Tell me, please tell me.
It's so wild how online you're not.
I'm not, dude.
You podcast for not a living, but you podcast for a good hobby. And you just like there's been multiple Nintendo Directs and on Gamescom they showed stuff. It doesn't hit you.
I'm on calls. I'm doing stuff I can't.
You are plugged in but plugged out.
So I probably played about 2 hours. Yeah, I played. Yeah. So we're talking about Hollow Knight Silk Song. For those of you who are unfamiliar, we've been waiting for a sequel for somewhere around 8 years, 7
Something
years.
like that, yeah.
It's a very Hollow Knight, a very beloved game. And so its sequel finally dropped $20 on all platforms.
Ooh, that's not
and yeah,
That's good. That's real good.
Marco, you know how when you play Hollow Knight and then you first fight against I think what's her name? Hunter? I think Hunter?
something like that.
Yeah. You're like, oh, she's so cool. All the things she can do. Getting to play as her, amazing. So fun. So fun. She has a foot dive, which for all my fighting fans, a foot dive, you know how big of a deal that is, which makes playing as her super, super fun. You know how playing Hollow Knight, it's like a very specific kind of game. Like you have to get into a groove to play that game.
Yeah.
Everything feels exactly right, so it's easy to find that groove again, which I really liked. But
so the big thing for me with Hollow Knight is the sense of just like discovery, the wonder. It's very much a Metroidvania, But the thing that always got me was like the aesthetic of it. I'd enter a new realm, or I'd go into the new room, and I'm just kind of like whipping my my nail because I want to break the bushes and see what pops out. Like, where does this sit with the discovery? Because we've already explored this world.
I think this is a different area altogether.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's a different area altogether. I feel like the exploration is really rewarding. Like now that I've played a Hollow Knight game and we're on to the next one, I understand how it wants to work. So I'm
Yeah.
swinging at walls. I'm
Yeah.
foot diving to the ground to see what I can break through.
Yep.
And I've already been rewarded multiple times for my curiosity. So I think you'll be right at home.
Oh, that's my favorite part. Any Metroidvania is just like, that looks a little weird.
Yep.
What should I do there?
Yep.
I've never played it.
Oh, easily top 5 games.
I'm not a Metroidvania guy. I've not played too many, honestly. I'm not like
Wow.
I'm not a big single player guy either. I like a little competition in my games. I like to play multiplayer games. Personally.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm excited for Angela coming to Marvel Rivals though. Angela and Daredevil. Kind of peak. She is
Cool.
buff. Marco,
I saw the
she
some of the I saw the images. My brother added me to a chat where they play my Marvel Rivals.
Oh.
So they send updates every once in a while, blows up the WhatsApp, but
Do I got to play with the other Kunlada instead?
you probably do. They're like sweaty about it.
Oh, I've actually sweated playing the game. So
Yeah, like whatever the league is second to top is like where they're at.
Okay, no, I can't play with them.
Anyway, Marco, it's really fun. I think you're gonna like it a lot. And I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on it.
I will attempt to buy it this weekend, and then I will have to carve out time to play it.
Okay, say attempt to buy because that has been the issue for people.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the stack.
All right.
Where are the numbers?
I got Hayden's Hideout 16 for the stack. Rami Darwish 14. Uncanny Suit 18. Izzy's Issues 13. MX Mothman 20. Philosopher King 17. Hayden's Hideout says, I have faith in you, Sean. Well, Lucas the Heatwave says 19. James Jones 15. Cruden at 95 16. I don't know if I've seen that name before. Aaron Rees 15. Ted H 28. CW Gordon 21. Entertain Me 16. That's one boss down. James Jones 15. I think you already said that, bud. That looks like everything. Anybody else get some last minute numbers in? Nope.
No. Oh, there's more. There's more.
Order of Dylan 18. Into Gray 14. And Marco has a bit of a stack this week, so get your guesses in there as well while Sean goes through his.
I will say, thank God YouTube brought the usernames back or the display names back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Pete Collins says 9.
Speaking German on us.
I'm gonna go with a no on that one. Sisterhood, High Street Sisterhood number 3. I'm saving my thoughts on this issue for when I come up on a Saturday wheel spin for talking about a book.
Oh.
But needless to say, I did read the 3rd issue. It's the weakest of the 3, but this is a series that you should absolutely be reading. Very slept on. Very slept on.
I read issue 1. I have both issues. I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Cheetah and Cheshire robbed the Justice League number 2. Also read this. It's still really good. Still really good. They're still setting up the team, so a little slow, I feel like. I wished it would have moved faster, but is what it is.
Did Sideways show up?
No.
Damn
it. TNMNT number 11. I don't know. I feel like this whole thing's wrapping up a little too quickly.
He's on his way out.
I'm feeling the Jason Aaron's got to wrap this up. Very much feeling that.
Damn, that's a shame.
Yeah. Everything Dead and Dying number 1. Can't wait to read that.
Oh.
JSA 11. The War Part 2. Tin Can Society number 8. Resurrection Man Quantum Karma 6.
I forgot. Oh.
Better go back and get that. Wild Animals number 2. I read the first issue of this. It's an Ed Brisson book. Very, very good. Everything he writes is up my alley. And The Knives.
Oh.
The next criminal installment by Brubaker and Phillips. I had to grab this.
They're going to. They've been doing the one shot graphic novels, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
That's a
Mhm.
must, actually.
Yeah. So I'll be reading that, and I'll get you my thoughts on that whenever I get around to it.
what is that? 16?
16. Yeah.
Oh, first up, Hayden's Hideout. First guess on the
Right out the
nose.
jump.
Wow. Good stuff,
Wow.
Aiden.
Damn, he's hiding out of your place, watching you.
Holy shit.
Oh, let me see. Wow.
If you want any of the codes to the Marvel books I bought, Aiden, feel free to reach out.
Yeah, same for me. And actually on that, got some numbers for me. 10 from CW Gordon, 13 for Hayden's Hideout, 2 for Ted H. Damn. Izzy 11, Mothman 12, Entertain Me 12, Lucas the Heat Wave 10. All right. So I got 5
Okay.
for the show. I did not get House was it Book of L, that it wasn't there, and probably why I didn't get Quantum. I couldn't find it. I also got Everything Dead and Dying.
I picked it up too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excited for this one. Also JSA. I don't know if I double dipped on this.
You pulling a Sean.
New history of DC, the DC universe. This already came out, but somebody had erroneously placed it in the one of the sections. And I'm going down the list. I'm like, okay, I'm in the S section. I'm looking for Superman. Hey, wait a minute, that's new this week. I didn't get that.
Were you not on Pal's previews?
Well, but then I was like, I'm there at the register. I'm like, I just paid for this again.
Oof.
Of course, this came out. And the guy's like, oh, this will be your total.
You can say, hey, can we just redo it? I don't want this one. You
too
can
late.
speak up for yourself.
Too late.
That's
I accept my shame.
Ooh,
Artificial, Maria Lovitz.
Yeah, I picked it up too.
Cool. But that's not all.
Oh no.
In fact, give me a second.
Did you get the big Oh, he said he had something special he didn't.
What the fuck could this be?
Oh, you got the.
You did it. He got the big Batman
Fucking
#1.
can't see shit.
You got
And
the
it's
foil?
framed.
Is it?
Wow.
Is the giant size only in foil? Oh, he has.
At the checkout, I saw that they had this literally right at the checkout, and I'm like,
Was it framed?
no, I framed
Okay.
this. I had an extra frame, and so I got it. Damn, you can't get it, it's too shiny. But it's obviously the same thing, right? And it's funny because I had brought a tote just randomly, and I'm
Performative
like,
mail.
literally, dude,
And your
and
matcha in one hand.
and I managed to it fit perfectly, so it protected it because I didn't know how I was gonna be able to carry that thing. And I give the issue 1 of the regular sized, to Jade, my girlfriend. I'm like, oh, look, there's something special about this cover. Here, put it into the light. So she grabs it, she turns it, she's like, I don't understand what's going on. And then she turns around and I have the big ass issue. I'm like, ah,
Nice.
very cool.
How much was it?
$20.
Okay.
Yeah, which didn't feel terrible,
I
honestly.
think the non-foil one's 15.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so I guess there's 2 versions of the big boy.
There were 3 because I saw a different version as well.
Huh. Black and white?
I don't remember, but
Thank God it's a good comic.
Yeah,
Imagine
right?
the comic was shit.
I just
A
have
lot
that.
of those hush twos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you read it in that format?
No, I immediately put it into this thing.
Probably
I'm not
looks-
reading that shit.
It probably looks good in that format.
Oh, it probably does. That spread, that double page
Okay,
spread.
you don't need to use those hand movements.
I didn't even think
Just
about
fucking
that.
Goatsy the fucking Batman comic.
Genuinely, I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna touch this again. This is just going to be framed and gonna go on the wall, as a moment in comics history. But you're right. I should see what that looks like. Holy shit! This
Moment.
page.
Yeah. I'm thinking about
Oh.
the one where he's stepping out into light from the building and it kind of has like the fishbowl effect.
Fuck it. Hold on.
Get those grubby, oily fingers
Oh.
on it.
Yeah, I don't think you should do it, dude. I think you should
No.
wash your hands.
No,
No.
you just go get another one. One for the wall, one for you.
Oh. No. Okay.
Chat, anybody buy any blind bags? I did not. I couldn't justify it because I don't like foil covers. but I have seen some floating in the wild, and we now know that a copy of the gold 1 of 1,000, I think it was 1 of 1,000
Ooh,
foil variant sold for $3K.
is that on Bleeding Cool?
So I'm not sure. I don't remember where I saw it, but did anybody pick one up? I want to know what you guys got. Share your blind bag pulls with us on the Discord server if you pulled one. I want to see.
I'm looking at the gold one on Bleeding Cool. It's on there. God, that
Okay.
is horrendous.
Yeah.
It's like they're. It feels like the gold trim that's all over the White House now.
It's gaudy. That's how I
Yeah.
often feel about
Yeah.
the foil covers. Entertain Me
Oh.
says, yes, I did. That's why I'm broke. Absolute Overthinker. Yes, I have some foil cover that I can barely even perceive because it's so dark.
That's my issue with them.
Yeah.
It's hard to display.
You got to make sure it's not hitting natural light. You might go
You gotta make
blind.
sure that any light.
That's true.
I'm kind of having remorse that I didn't buy one because I could have gotten lucky, but that's loserish thinking because I probably wasn't going to get lucky.
Right.
It's that the meme of the guy digging, you know.
Yeah.
You gave up right as you were about to hit.
What would have been the other one if you got it? Just
What do you mean
normal.
the other one?
Like, what are the options within the blind bag?
So it's every cover that they made, but foil. And then there was like a 1 of 100 and a 1 of 1,000, but they're not exclusive. The only exclusive part of them is the foil part. So to me, I don't care about foil comics. Why would I buy it?
Right. Okay.
But and if I got one that was worth $3,000, what am I gonna do? Fucking go on eBay? I'm gonna take it to my LCS, be like, hey, do you want to buy this from me?
Like, go to PSA or CGC, slab that boy.
Right.
I'd slab that shit.
I have no patience for shit like that.
You guys ever slab anything?
No.
No, I don't plan to either.
I've slabbed a couple for CBCS when they were first around because they were like giving out good grades to make sure people wanted to go there.
Yep.
But I have a couple 9.2s.
Yeah, there are people. I play cards. A lot of
Yeah.
people who grade cards, but it's not my thing. I buy things to use them or enjoy them for myself.
My dad's going through his baseball card collection from when he was a kid. He's trying to get some stuff graded. Got some
Oh,
cool stuff in there.
nice.
This guy, there's a baseball player. His name was Rusty Kuntz.
Stop.
Wow,
Yeah.
great. All right, we're gonna call it Saturday, 10:15 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you're there. We're gonna have a lot of fun as we always do. Special guests all September long. You know the drill. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. It's been great. A whole bunch of you showed up. Hit the like button on your way out.